over 95% of the people seeing my videos are first-time viewers. Well, if that's the case, then shouldn't I be able to put the same video out a couple of different times and not have somebody go, why you keep putting out the same video? I keep watching you every day and see your video twice. If they see my video in their feed twice, they're going to think, oh, that's just the same video coming in my feed again.
That's a good point.
So they're not going to get necessarily upset. And what's my goal? My goal is to be in their face anyway. And if it's only for 2 seconds and then later on during the day, it's for 2 more seconds, I'll get dropped off their algorithm anyway. If they're only 2 seconds and past it swinging by, I don't want those people on there anyway. I want the people that want to watch it and get the information and learn from it. I've done that now 2 days in a row, and it's worked both times equally well. And so I thought, I wonder if that'll work on Instagram. So I did it on Instagram, and it worked equally well on Instagram, because after the first day, they stop showing your video. So you could post the same video 3 times, and at the end of the day, delete 2 of them, so that your feed doesn't look like oh man, just over and over the same 3 videos, other than it's going to delete a few comments if each of them are getting comments or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting take.
But have you ever gone back to a video that you watched a while back, 2-3 weeks ago, and been, I commented on that video. I want to go see how my comment's doing.